Good afternoon. It's Thursday the 8th of May. It's about 4 o'clock. Temperature outside is probably about 19 or 20 centigrade. It is absolutely fabulous, and I've just come in from the garden and I've been planting out a few annuals. I was planting out cosmos there. But I've come in to talk to you about what I'm listening to at present. I'll just get rid of myself. What am I listening to in the car? Never mind the shower. Well, I do listen to this in the shower. Put it on my phone and blast away. I'm listening to Status Quo Acoustic, stripped bare, when the guys are stripped off for the occasion to do the CD cover. So how come I'm listening to this? Well, I was down in church last Sunday morning, and we're having our after church meet up in the church hall, and we're standing around talking to each other, and I happened to say, what I was listening to, Status Quo, and one of the elders, he perks up and he says, I remember years ago going to see Status Quo on a double bill with Meatloaf. That must have been a superb double bill. That was absolutely amazing. So he must have been about 20 or 22, 24 whenever he went to listen to the boys. And Meatloaf, Meatloaf was something else. And then I got talking to one of the younger guys who is in one of the church music groups, and he plays up the front on, one Sunday in 4, and he's playing an acoustic guitar. And I happened to say to him, I was listening to Status Quo. He didn't know who I was talking about. The guy's about 24, 25, 26. Didn't know who I was talking about. The legendary Status Quo. My goodness gracious. And I said to myself, I said to myself mostly, what is the younger generation coming to? What are they listening to? Even my youngest son, my youngest son's turned 30 now, but he would listen to Status Quo. But this is Status Quo's stripped bare acoustic CD. And you see, whenever you do an acoustic CD, you really do have to be able to sing and harmonise. And how did I get hold of this CD? Well, Tiny and I were over in Rory McIlroy country. We're over at Holywood Co Down, and we're down along the main street, and I made a video about this, and we're going into the charity shops, and I really love charity shops, and I really love charity shops in well-to-do areas like Holywood Co Down, because you're liable to come across something a wee bit classier. And I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Here was the Status Quo acoustic stripped bare CD with 22 songs. Starts off with pictures of matchstick men, and they've got violins and cello in the back, and down the dust pipe, paper lane, all the reason for living, Caroline, softer ride, down, Deederum down, rain, rocking all over the world again and again, whatever you want, rock and roll, don't drive my car, Margarita time, burning bridges, rock till you drop. 24 songs on the CD, one after another, non-stop. And I just couldn't believe this because there it was, and it wasn't even out of its cellophane. And how much were they asking for it? They were asking for 30p. 30p in the charity shop. And if you bought two other CDs that you liked, which I did, then you could have the three of them for 90p. No, for £1. My goodness. I mean, back in the day, you know, you'd have paid a wee bit more than 30p for this. So there's a rundown of songs there that I went through a minute ago, but there's a wee bit more information about each, who wrote them and all the rest of it. See, the writers of these songs, they made a kiln. The actual singers, if you weren't a singer-songwriter, you know, you made your money on gigs. Very little from, you know, producing a record or CD. So that shows the dates and the writers. At least I think it shows the dates, does it? Maybe not. It shows the writers and the full titles of each of these. Oh, wait a minute, take it over to the other side. Shows the length. No, back. Where's Mystery Song? What am I doing? I'm pointing the camera in the wrong place. What you're proposing. Right, over the page. There's Francis Rossi, looking a wee bit older, and there's Rick Parfitt, two of the founding members. Acoustic is Quo stripped down, bare, back to basics, tales unplugged, songs exposed, an intimate reinvention, acoustic in the Quo way. And there's the full lineup of guys. And these two boys, two of the originals, well, near enough originals. So the full band: Francis Rossi, Rick Parfitt, Andy Bowen, John Rhino Edwards, and Leo Cave, drums, guitar. And then there's the additional musicians. And you'll hear this if you get hold of this CD, accordion. The accordion's terrific. And that was played by Gerard Watkins, and then percussion and backing vocals. And the wee girl Amy Smith with the backing vocals is terrific as well. Now, I'm not going to go through everybody there, you can read this down yourself. Yeah, it's really terrific. I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually going to bring it to church on Sunday morning and lend it on extended loan to a young fella. I think it's actually far better than the original songs. So that's what I'm listening to. That's what I'm listening to in our car, and you stick it up whenever Tanya's not about and you're just driving down to the shops. You stick it up at full volume or near enough and down with a window, and you can scream and roar to your heart's content with nobody to tell you to keep quiet. does she put up with me? I do not know. But what she doesn't know won't hurt her. So there you go, that's what I'm listening to in our car. Absolutely terrific. 30p. It says, and you can buy merchandise there. I'll bring that into the sun. The Status Quo store. These boys are terrific.